Hi, my name is Evans King. I am a boat driver. I signed up with Bolt barely 8 days after they launched in Warri. Boat launched in Warri December 4th, 2020, and I think I signed up with them December 12th, and I've been driving part time with them till now. Now I signed up a couple of drivers, and a lot of them complain about the app not knowing what to do. So I'm going to be sharing a short video on how to navigate the Bolt app. Please turn on notification from time to time. I will be sharing tips on how to be a successful Bolt driver. Okay, let's go and see how the Bolt app works. Okay, an overview of the Bolt app. If you have been accepted to drive with the Bolt, if you have completed your registration, congratulations. Let's quickly look at what the Bolt app is like. Now, this is the driver's app, the one with the blue color, and then we have the riders or the passengers app with the green and white color, as you can see on my screen. So we'll go to the driver's app. It will load the driver's app. Driver's app is like, you will see 4 tabs under the screen: the home, inbox, trips, and then settings. We'll talk about everything we are seeing on the screen. Now, first, if you want to go receive rides or requests, you want to drive, you go online. Just with this go online button, you just swipe from left to right, and then it turns to orange. So this is what it will look like. I don't want to drive now, so I'll go back offline. So you see, it shows me highest rate, blah 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 blah. Okay, go offline. So I complete the go offline. So now I am offline. Now you will see campaigns. I'm seeing morning rush, which is the morning bonus, 1,500. So you can see, if you complete 6 trips within 4 hours, this is the campaign. Okay, from city to city, different cities have different campaigns. This is what is applicable to me now in Warri. And then you can see other campaigns for the week. View all campaigns. You will see all the campaigns for the week. Weekend bonus, and you will see 21 trips, 21 hours. Then you see other conditions for the weekend campaign. That's for the campaigns and bonuses. Then the next tab, you will see, the next thing is the earnings. So when you tap on earnings, you will see your balance. My balance, I have a positive balance. Then you can come to earnings, tap on earnings, and then you see the earnings. You can come and set earning daily, weekly, monthly. So you can come to weekly and then scroll back to the previous weeks, and then see your earnings for the previous week. You can also check your earnings on monthly, and then see what your earnings will be like on a monthly basis. Okay, as a new driver, let's go back to it. And you see the driver's score, which is your activity. You see driver score 92%. When it gets to 94 and below, you start getting warning signals for training or for you to start doing well. You see advices. Then you have the confirmation rate, and then you see the activity for the week, previous week. Then you see the number of rides that you have done, your cancellations. You see the time you have spent, the trips you have done, and then cancellations. Then you see the different reasons for cancellations. You cancelled, the percentage of your cancellations, percentage of the ones you did not confirm, and then the percentage of the cancellations by riders. And then you see you did not show up. And then you have tips. You have tips, different tips to be to reduce cancellations, and you can see the various tips. Let's go back to the home page. So this is the overview of the home page. One more thing is there's an icon at the top left corner that shows you destination trips. So if I click on it, you see trips towards your destination. So you can set where you want to go to. For me, most times after the day's walk, my last trip, I set a destination trip to my house. So I click on it, and then I will get only rides that are going towards that direction. So I'll go offline since I am not ready to do a ride. I go offline. So that is it for the home page. We'll talk more in details in subsequent videos. So the next tab is the inbox. So inbox, you have news. You can check for different updates on the app. That is for news. There's none here. And then you go back, you check the campaigns, which is what we also saw in the home screen, the different campaigns for the week. They are just basically targets that you can meet, and then you get small bonuses. For me, I always want to meet my targets so I can use it to pay off my Bolt commissions. Speaking of Bolt commission, let me go back to the home page. We'll talk about it in details in subsequent videos. So the Bolt commission is for come to earnings. Let me see, go back to weekly. Okay, let's see last week. The Bolt commission, if you see my earnings, you see expenses 2,921 naira, and then the net is 12,379 naira. This net is the money I made. The expenses is the Bolt commission, which is about 20 to 22% or thereabout. Okay, we'll talk about it in details in subsequent videos. So let's go ahead. So if I meet a particular target, for example, the weekend bonus, which is 4,500, the weekend bonus, which is 4,200, it will be paid into my wallet. It will be in my wallet as a positive balance. Then when I do trips, Bolt will now deduct their bonus or their commission from the bonus, and then pay me the balance. Okay, that is that for earnings. We'll talk about those in details later. Then the next tab, I've talked about the inbox. The next tab is the trip. Now for trips, you will see the details of all the trips that you have done, and then the amounts that were paid. Then this is where, if you have issues also, you can click on that particular trip and then lay your complaint to support. For example, my first trip, I click on it, you see the details of the trip, how much was the commission, the bonus, and then the compensation from Bolt, like that. You see the details of the trip. So if I have issues about this trip, I just click on get help, and then I just tell support whatever. You see different suggestions, different ride issues. So you can just select. If none of if you have a peculiar issue, you just go to others and then state what the issue is and send to response. Most of them could be maybe reduced, the amount was not up to expectation, different reasons like that. So that is what you have. You see all the rides, different rides you have done so far in your rides. So from there you can click and send issues to support. Then the last tab is the settings. Settings is where you have your dashboard. Okay, it's loading. So this is the settings, which is the last tab. In your settings, you have your name, your phone number, your email that is attached to the app, and then you have the vehicle details, navigation, accounts, app settings, and then support. So if I click on vehicle, you see the details of your vehicle. So you could have multiple vehicles in the same account. So you just click on add vehicle, then submit registration details, and then like that. So the next is your navigation. Navigation shows you your default map. For me, I use the Google map, which is the default map. There's another option, which is the Wazi. The Waz map could also be used, but I prefer the Google map. So that is what I have in my phone. So you could have auto start. It means if you get a request, the app will automatically connect to Google Map and start showing you the directions to the rider. So me, I like turning it off. I set it on manually. Okay, but if you put it on, it will connect automatically to your Google Map when you get a ride. And also, I like having my real-time traffic on, so I can know how the road is. That's for navigation. Then the next tab is the account. So you check your account details. Remember, I told you when you have a positive balance, Bolt will pay to your bank directly on Mondays, except for public holidays. So this is for your documents. Your documents to take you to the Bolt website, and you can check. You will see your details. Okay, you see your vehicle details. You can make changes. You can make changes if you want. Okay, and the next still on. The next is okay. We are still in accounts. So you see the Bolt portal where you can make changes on your picture. Okay, you see your profile. You can make changes if you want. Okay, then the last. Okay, the next thing is the app settings. This is very important. You have quick access icon, which when you turn it on, I always have my own on. Let me just show you what it means. If I have the quick access on, if I am online and I minimize my phone, the Bolt icon will be up there. Can you see? Bolt icon will be up there as the quick access icon. So you can from there access your app quickly. Okay. So I'll go back offline again. So since I am not driving. So we'll go back to that app settings. So we have the quick access on, and then I always turn on my auto confirm. That's why if I don't want to drive, I go offline, because if I am online, as soon as a ride request enters my phone, the app picks it automatically. So that is what it means when you turn on your auto confirm. So you don't have to immediately you hear the sound. There's a bell. When a request comes, a bell sounds. It's kind of irritating sometimes, but that's the notification. Immediately it rings. If you're not close to the phone, you have about 5 to 10 seconds to pick up the request. If you miss it, it will show that you declined the ride, and it will take you offline. Okay, so I don't want that to happen, so I always have my auto confirmation on, so that even if I'm not close to the phone or there's network glitch, as soon as the request enters my phone, it will automatically accept it. So this is very important for me, so I don't have to miss any ride. And also it also means that I'm ready to complete every trip that comes into my phone. Okay, because if I have auto confirm off, it means I have the option of looking at my screen and then seeing the right details to determine if I want to go on that trip or not. But if I have auto confirmation on, it means I want to go on every trip. We'll talk about it more in subsequent videos. Now the theme, you could have a dark theme or a light theme. This is what it means. Now this is the dark theme. This is the dark theme. I prefer the light theme. I prefer the light theme. Look at the difference. This is the light theme. Okay, so depending on you can choose whatever theme you like. Then the last is the support. Last is support. So support, you have inbox, where you have response of queries that you have sent to Bolt, and then their replies. Okay, so we'll talk about this in subsequent videos. For this is just a quick video for beginners to navigate through the Bolt app seamlessly. So I think that will be all for now. If there's any other thing as we move on, I will show you. I would have loved to demonstrate a real-time request. Okay, so that is that about the Bolt app. Let me see if I can show you a quick demonstration of how the request comes in and how we accept the request and do the ride. Okay, you see how the request came in. That's how it sounds, and then it's on automatic confirm, so I don't have to swipe to confirm. But if it is not on automatic, I will have to confirm by tapping on the request. You saw the details of the request, the dashboard, so you have to select or look at the details of the trip carefully to determine if you want to go on that trip or not before you accept. But if you are on auto accept, it means you want to accept all the trips, and then you do that, and then the basic thing is you start driving towards the location. And remember, I told you my map is not on, so it's not on auto navigate. So I come here, and then I can now turn on my navigation map, and it takes me there manually. Okay, but if yours is automatic, immediately the request comes into your phone and you accept the request, it takes you straight to your navigation map. Okay, and it directs you to the location of the rider. Okay, now it's 1 minute from me. It's basically me requesting myself just to demonstrate, so that's why you're seeing that it's almost in the same location. Okay, so when you get to the rider, you come back and then you click on arrive. You swipe left to right to arrive. Okay, now when you arrive, the rider gets a notification, and then your waiting time starts. Now when your waiting time starts, you have 5 minutes to wait normally. At the end of the 5 minutes of waiting, you will get it will start counting for paid waiting. Okay, I'll give you details of that later. Now what I do is, when I get a request, immediately I accept the request, I call the rider to be sure of the location. Sometimes riders could have wrong locations. GPS could read their locations wrongly. It could be unknowing to them, and sometimes they might do it deliberately, or they are requesting the ride for someone else. So immediately I get the request, I call the rider to be sure of the location before I start driving towards the rider. So when I get to the rider, immediately I get there, I swipe from left to right to arrive, like I did earlier. So immediately you have arrived, you tell the rider also gets a notification on their phone that the driver is there. So when you wait for the rider to come, immediately they get into your car. When the rider enters your car, you can now start the trip. So you start the trip by swiping from left to right, and then you see the details of the destination. Okay, the rider is going to the mall. Okay, so as soon as you see that, you can now start driving towards the destination. So when you drive to the mall, immediately you get, let me demonstrate by driving a short distance, just to show you how this works. Okay, let me quickly change this location to a nearby location so I can show you what it will look like at the end of the trip. Let me change it to NNPC. Okay, so I've changed the location to a nearby location. Now you could, I changed the location from my riders app, so you could also change the location from the driver's app by tapping on these three lines, and then you see the details of the destination. Initially it was ShopRite, but now it is NNPC Junior Staff Club. You can see details of contacting, how to contact the rider, and then of course your navigation map. Okay, so that is that. So you can click on the three lines, then you see the details, contact the rider, you can send an SMS, you can call them on the app. Okay, let me just click on it. So you see contact the rider, you see the contact options, you can send a message, you can call them on the app, or you can call them via normal mobile line. So any of them can serve. So I've gotten close. Okay, let me just drive inside the NNPC. I'll drive into the location and then I'll end the trip. Okay, this is the nearby destination. So as soon as I arrived the destination, I will end the trip, and then the app automatically calculates the fare. Okay, so I've gotten to an NPC, so I end the trip by swiping from left to right. So I end the trip. When I end the trip, it automatically calculates the fare. So that is the fare for this short distance, and that is the minimum amount Bolt will charge, 500 naira per trip. So you see the Bolt compensation and then the amount the rider will pay. So basically what I do is immediately I end the trip, I show the rider this, and then immediately they make their payment. I confirm by swiping from left to right, and then I can rate the rider a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. I always rate my riders 5-star. You give what you want. So if you rate riders 5-star, I'm sure they can also rate you. You can also add comments. Nice rider. Okay, especially if they give you a tip or something. So you can add comments and then you confirm. Automatically it takes you back to your home page, and then you expect your next trip. I'm not ready to do a ride, so I will go offline. Now that is that. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If this video helped you, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more tips. From time to time I'll be giving you tips on the Bolt app. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.